What's up, guys? MasterKingJC here, back again, bring you guys my review for episode 2 of the 4th season of the Boondocks, entitled Good Time. Well, that was weird. Okay, and before I get into this episode, I just want to state that this episode, in my personal opinion, was barely good. It was barely good, which is kind of was a little bit of a step down from the season premiere, which I thought was pretty damn good. And mostly that had to do with the fact that it was kind of boring at times, and it was a little bit predictable in some parts, except for the ending, which I will get to later on in the video. Now, the main thing going on in this episode is that the Freeman family is in massive debt. Robert pretty much owes millions of dollars, and they're pretty much going to lose the house. And the episode pretty much opens up with him saying, "We're leaving Woodcrest, kids," you know, all that kind of shit. It kind of gets them in a situation where they're trying to get money to, not move out of Woodcrest. And they end up getting involved with Ed Wuncler Jr., who we introduced for the first time. And this guy kind of comes out of nowhere. I don't think we've ever heard of Ed Wuncler Jr. like before. Like, we know about Ed Wuncler III, but we don't know about Ed Wuncler Jr. That's like, he just came out of nowhere. He wasn't like really, I don't think he was established in the past season. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was not established as a character in the past season. And you can already tell he's a slimy scumball type of character, and he's kind of boring. I'll be honest, he was kind of boring, kind of passe, because, he kind of had out, characters like him have been done so many times that you can kind of predict where he's going and shit. And, he tries to strike a deal with Robert. And, hey, get my money within a month's time. And, you keep the house, you can stay here and that kind of shit. And that's pretty much the whole gist of the episode. But the main saving grace of this episode, in my opinion, I've been saying a lot in this review, in my opinion, was Uncle Ruckus. Because the moment I saw the preview and I saw Uncle Ruckus was going to play a part in this episode, I'm like, yes, this is going to be good. This is going to be real good. Somehow, I don't know what the fuck happened. Somehow, Uncle Ruckus is running for mayor of Woodcrest. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it's just so ridiculous that it's just hilarious that Uncle Ruckus, this dude, is running for mayor of Woodcrest. And he was even a running candidate for presidency. And it's like, he was a big candidate for presidency. This racist, self-hating black man. We got this one scene of him. He's in this talk show and he's saying all this shit about nigga this and that. Like we should, the black man was happy back when they were enslaved and shit like that, And you got the entire crowd, which is all white, of course, which is all white, just eating it up, just clamoring, just applauding. It's just, it's fucking hilarious. There was a lot of Obama shots too. Of course, there were a lot of shots at Obama, of course. And I thought the whole stuff with Uncle Ruckus was just comedy gold. It was just good. But if it wasn't for Uncle Ruckus, this would have been, in my personal opinion, a pretty bad episode. Well, I don't want to say bad, just mediocre. Really funny scenes with Huey and Riley, even though they kind of played a bit of a backseat in this episode. I mean, this episode had a whole lot of Good Times references and shit, which I thought were a little bit too overplayed. I'm like, if you're gonna make Good Time references, try to make them a little bit more subtle, not too much overplayed and stuff. And I don't know what the fuck happened to Robert in this episode. Like, I really think Robert in this episode was really fucking stupid. And you even see Ed Wuncler Jr.'s bodyguard even say to him, "Man, you're fucking stupid." Like, he said, "You're even stupider than I thought." Like it was funny at first, but it kind of reached a point where it's like, Robert, obviously maybe you should take some time and think about this, or at least read the fine print. And it's like that one part where he got all those celebrity cards. Like, he had like I don't know what the cards were called, but they were named after like popular celebrities, pop icons and stuff. And he was in even more debt from buying those cards because he didn't read the fine print. And it's like, Robert, come on, man, come on. So that part there was kind of iffy to me. Like, it was funny in some parts, but after a while, it started to get old. Yeah, there's really not that much to talk about in this episode. Like, there were some forgettable parts in it that I thought weren't really that great, but Uncle Ruckus, like I said before, was the main saving grace in this episode. If Uncle Ruckus was not in this episode would have been born. It would have been like completely forgettable. And it is a bit of a step down from the season premiere from last episode, but yeah, it was barely good. Like I said, it was barely good. Uncle Ruckus kind of saved it, and he kind of got involved in a bit. And the ending, I did not see that ending coming, and it was kind of weird the way it ended off. Cause like, oh, they're slaves now, but it just ended there. I thought it was gonna be like segue or something, but it just ended off like, oh, the Freeman family are now slaves, and Uncle Ruckus is like, this is a proud day where slavery has come back to America, and it just ended. At that part, I'm like, that's it? It's over? Because I thought there was going to be more to it than that. But that part was kind of hilarious because I thought they were going to at least put a scene in there where they were at least doing some slave work. You know, they're like in the yard, you know, picking cotton or some shit, or tending to the field or some shit, doing some slave work. That probably would have been fun if they added into the episode, but they didn't. Now, I haven't seen next week's preview, so I don't know if that's going to carry over into next week's, which I highly doubt, because rarely do you get, like, episode plots, you know, leading into other episodes or being carried over into another episode. I hope the whole Uncle Ruckus, you know, running for mayor and, you know, running for presidency, you know, is, you know, still a connected plot point in the other episodes, because I thought that was kind of funny. I did not expect that to happen though, so that was kind of funny. But yeah, not much to talk about. Barely good episode. I'll give it a good rating pass. It barely got to good. It was like right here. This is good. This is the good line. This is this episode. It's like right here. Tell me what you guys thought about this episode of Boondocks. Leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys again next time.